crying?
Because she feels food.
Well, she can't have this food. Here, this is for you.
Thank you, Mama.
Oh, she smells it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be mad too if I was a
You can
dog.
just pass me one band-aid.
Oh, this looks so good. And the fat. I'm going to eat that.
Me too. I love fat.
Yeah.
There you go, Anda.
Thanks, Mama.
Anyway, you could put such a big powerboat in here. And I do want to check out my old 90 Carver because I was telling him this Carver I had, I paid $200,000 for. It was 1990, but that was in the year 2000. So this is 15 years later. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not $50,000.
It's okay, Billy.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. Our first meal here. Are you kidding me?
So, did
I
you
didn't
get
have
the
any
corn?
butter for the corn. Sorry about that.
You should have told me.
I serve you some salad.
It's
I'll
tomatoes
try a
and
little bit.
Like this much?
Mainly tomatoes if you can do that.
Mainly tomatoes?
Yeah, underneath. Just take it.
Yeah, I see underneath. Yeah, because I would just...
You want any cucumber or no?
No, I don't do cucumbers.
Okay, good.
I love tomatoes. I gotta make him gazpacho.
That's good.
You sure?
That's fine. I don't want to like eat your tomatoes.
Don't worry about it.
We have plenty.
If you eat too many tomatoes, I don't think we're gonna... Nothing's gonna fall apart.
That corn is fabulous.
Yeah, my fork is on the pan. Will you grab it?
Yeah.
I forgot it. It's like a hot fork.
This is fun. Thank you for getting me out.
No, of course.
I was going to just sit there watching the Masters and then do my work, which is emailing all these followers and stuff.
Do you have a lot of followers?
I have followers, and I try to follow them, and then Twitter made me not, so I sent an email to Twitter yelling at them, and I'm sending Twitters to my Twitter guys telling them, I can't follow you because freaking Twitter. And I said, send your complaints to the investor, and I gave me an investor relations complaint line. Because before Twitter was created, I had already off the world. So Twitter was created as like a message platform for us, but it was really, it's like part of the paradigm. Imagine that I described a paradigm to you. We were moving to that paradigm anyway. All the companies knew they were moving there, so they had to play their own reality, their old-fashioned way. But at the same time, they were building that paradigm in the minds of everyone. Like Bitcoin. I told, my message today was, I created, Bitcoin was bullshit. I called it bullshit. I made that up. Because here's the thing. When I invented virtual money, people didn't understand the idea of the virtual money. But with Bitcoin, now they understand the idea. But it's a bullshit virtual money because all of a sudden some hacker with a computer can make money doing nothing. Making a computer make money.
Tell her about the idea that we had for the inside. That's impossible to be a desk. But the way he's got the monitors, guys, I almost think like I need to set that up. You know, when we fold it over and just be able to transfer my stuff really quickly and then move it away so we can change. This is gonna have to be a changing room all the time. But I was saying, he's like, dude, this is really comfortable. And he's right, like that is.
This is your area.
Yeah.
You need a big screen TV here, which can then connect to his laptop, which he can put over his laptop here, connect it to here. He can even connect his laptop up to there. And then you could over here watch movies or whatever you're doing over there.
Seriously, we're gonna
It's smart, but and then
Let me give you another secret. I don't know if you have to order cable first, but about a week or so ago, call it a couple weeks, I called Cox. And I told Cox, listen, I want to cancel my TV service. I canceled all my HBOs, and all those things cost me like $30. And because I went to a high bandwidth connection so I could stream up at a high speed. And because I was streaming up, I was now the movie, so I didn't need to be watching movies so much. And so I canceled my HBOs and everything, although I missed John Oliver. And anyway, and then I said, and I want to cancel my TV down to the basic minimum. The basic minimum was like the $39 package. I said, then cancel the whole thing. But after talking and talking and talking, she finally came back because my basic internet service through the high speed was like $111. She said for 110. She says for $121 will give you your basic cable service along with your internet.
Nice.
So for about $10. But that's only like after you threaten to go away and you're really going, they come back with a last minute deal to keep you on for $10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about that when I change it.
This is very good, honey. Thanks.
Yes, honey.
I feel
So
like
how did you guys meet?
On Match.com.
Really? Tell me your experience with Match.com.
Well, he signed up as a joke. I signed up like to go out for free dinners, and we met like, on the first week when I was on it.
Wait a minute. Okay, so your motivation was free dinners. So as a girl, dating means free dinners.
Well, I was so sick and tired of bad men that I was just like.
Could you get them better on Match.com? And what was your?
No, I was just like, I'll just go for dinners. That's it. I don't want anyone.
And so what were your experiences before him?
Oh, I didn't go because I met him right away.
Oh, really? That's gotta be lucky. Because it's gotta be, the Match.com can't be that lucky that much.
No.
I don't know, because
the rest of the women aren't having the experience that you're having.
No.
Yeah.
And then when I met him, I didn't like him
you didn't. I can understand that. No, why wouldn't you like him?
because he was weird.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
But he was handsome.
I know. Now I love him.
Yeah, okay. So when
soon as I walked into a
he
apartment,
was
I took
too
off my
weird?
shirt.
Oh, he took off his shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, he was crossing boundaries.
Yeah.
Lots of boundaries. He's a boundary crosser.
I know.
He knows this.
Oh, do you have salt?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I'm over to wine.
I feel like you eat healthier on a boat because the food is simpler.
It's all a function of what you do. I mean, I can read calendars just as easily on the board as other things.
So was Bill saying that we could put a really huge power boat here?
Huge.
He said it would be like ridiculous.
It would be like a, like a palace.
But
I mean,
we can't afford to drive it because it costs a lot of
He said
money.
just get one that passes the survey and just let it float.
Yeah. You get to a point where it's a function of how much you sail, and but even the people that are into sailing don't even sail that much.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go every day.
Not every day.
And again, to me it's work. But anyway, but for a living place, a powerboat is like, if you ever get to that decision, it's huge. It's like, it's no in comparison. This would be, okay, it's basically, imagine your place 3 times the size.
Well,
That's basically the order of the magnitude.
Yeah.
It's like 3 times for the same kind of
Just
thing.
like a condo.
Right, a
Yeah.
full-on condo. It's like 3 times the size of this boat. Right.
very well.
Happy birthday, my friend.
And then you can
Here's to you.
get
Cheers.
different models. Some are more broken up, but you could get like a model that had like a big room
I like that.
in the
I
middle,
love
right?
his other voice too.
What?
I love both of your voices. I love them.
Oh, I have another. I went to my other voice.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
You messed up the movie.
No, I didn't mess it up. It doesn't matter whether I go. I don't have to be in a voice to be in a voice. It's just
I
like,
know this guy. You know what my favorite part is about this place? On the other side of the breakwater, where you can, there's no one, you know the rocks?
the skids.
Yeah.
We let the fucking dog go!
Oh yeah, and that's the best place. I was just thinking about my girl if she ever showed up. That's the best place to sun on the beach. It's your own private beach, beautiful view, play music.
And no one's there.
Right, right.
It's fucking beautiful!
So that was your only experience with Match.com. So that was interesting. And how long ago did you meet?
In June, it's going to be a year. So it's less than a year.
So how long did it take you to get over his weirdness?
One day.
No, we hooked up that night. Listen,
We hooked up. So I would go down.
You know what I mean?
No, but I just really liked him right away because he's so smart. That's what I love him. He's smart and handsome.
Yeah.
And he takes care of me.
But smart is important. You know,
Yeah.
For some people, if they're
very
smart,
important.
if you're not smart, then you don't really care about smart.
No,
I mean, well, maybe you do. I don't know.
I care. I like that he's way smarter than I am. That's very important.
That's not true.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. Just because she's quiet doesn't mean she's not way smarter than you.
She doesn't. She's also educated. But
What is your education?
Journalism and communication science.
weren't we talking about this earlier?
No, we haven't talked.
No, didn't you? We were talking about journalism.
Communication science. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I've been into like communication science.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had science of communication.
There you go.
You know when you get
You
the
know when we
morning
came
or
along with economics, when I created the I-Star Singularity, I-Star Multiversity,
Yeah.
and centered it in Santa Barbara, which I named the capitalist capital of the known universe. And then I moved Hollywood. See here? I blew up an L in the Hollywood sign and turned it into Hollywood, turned it worldwide and headquartered here in Santa Barbara.
Wait a minute. If you know Hollywood, then you can tell me this. What did the sign used to say?
Well, when I was there, it said Hollywood. But I blew up an L with the Blues Brothers.
It used to
Dan
say
Aykroyd
Hollywood
and
Land.
Jim Belushi and John Belushi.
It used
I
to
left
s-
an $8,000 camera in reality at the bottom of the sign before going into Universal Studios after staying the night at Chateau Marmont. And they walked up, they blew up one L.
All right.
And what does that spell?
I-
Hollywood. And take it I-Star
I've been-
worldwide.
I know the Hotel Marmont. It's like the fanciest shit with all the actors. I went there for a brunch, and these people treated me out. I was with 3 girls, their dad, all this stuff, and it was $16 Bloody Mary.
$16 Bloody Mary.
Yeah, and
My room was $1,000. That's the most
Yeah.
expensive room in California I ever spent, and I never even slept there. They wouldn't let me in until midnight, and then I was married, so I was up all night. But anyway, that was okay. But I was just tagging John Belushi. Since I spent money in freaking Vegas on rooms that I didn't need to use, on freaking rooms just because I didn't go any place I went. I bought before I got there. So I was tagging. It's like, what happened at George Washington 999 stay there? I had to go stay at the best places and blow up my money by staying at the places that I bought before I got there, even though they, in their reality, didn't know I bought them. Because only a secret group of angels knew I bought them. And since your journalism, I don't know if you know a guy named James Kramer. Do you know him? James Kramer taught me when I was between jobs and a non-compete contract clause. I learned how to trade stocks, and he set up an internet site called TheStreet.com, and then he called it Real Money. And then after I offered to buy the world, then GE, he then went on GE CNBC on Mad Money, and he's your guy on Mad Money. But James Kramer, as a young man who was a journalist,
do you know what he's talking about? Hold on. You got to give everybody a chance to catch up. He's talking about the show Mad Money, where it's like this crazy guy, and he like hits the red button. He's got to go to. So guess who he's best friends with that I know?
who's that?
The guy who mentored me, Carlos Dominguez. Jim Kramer is one of his best friends.
Okay. well,
Small
that's why
fucking
you're-
world, motherfucker.
No, it's not that
Right.
small.
It's-
So,
yeah.
Kramer, here's the thing I did with Kramer.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Kramer taught me trading. And also he was trying to teach the little people how to trade, okay, on Wall Street.
By
That's
little
what he's
people,
still
he means
doing
very-
today.
he
He was a
means
hedge fund manager. He made about $100 million. And then, well, he was also, I think he's bipolar. Because he also went crazy and he was doing Street.com and hedge fund managing.
This happens to a lot of
and,
guys,
and it
by the
and
way.
it was like, anyway, so, but the thing is, he was a journalism major as a student, and he actually did journalism, and he traveled around California, and he slept in his car as a journalist.
Yeah.
And this was, because I watched him like from '97. When I say watched him, read him religiously every day. He was like my Bible. But then when I offered to buy the world, it was like I went to James Kramer, who was barely known at the time, other than the street.com, and I said, James Kramer, you're on my board of agents. You're now in charge of rolling up Wall Street. You're in charge of it all, because I canceled Wall Street. And so his job then was to take the hedge fund managers out. The hedge fund managers, all these secret funds and all the best money. Only the rich people get in.
Do we have those people here?
That's all they have. And you see, you have to have $1 million, which is still too low, before you can even trade with these kind of guys. And so, anyway, I put him in charge of rolling up the hedge fund managers. It's like, well, and I put Bill Gates in charge of rolling up on the charities, because all the dead guys worked for me. If I had a plan, which was their plan all along, to create a better world, and all the charities want to create a better world, and you come along with a better plan for a better world, you take up all the charities' money, and then you can start, by the way, I had a buyer. That's what Kramer would understand. We had a buyer for the world, and we could collar them with options.
Well, hold on a second. When he says charties, he's referring to people that follow stocks according to chart, not like a efficient market. I thought you said charties. Because you made me think of efficient market hypothesis, which is, what you have the fucking charties that do all the fucking stocks that they
There's a guy in Malibu that on the street.com that said, and this is important to understand, markets do not move.
Got me in the face.
Markets do not move. Markets are moved. And actually, on that note, let me tell you the 3 questions I asked my shrink in July of 2005. After I had already started my screen plan, Bill starts the next big things. Is Bill Stark crazy? Or has he invented the next two big things when not a single human alive is created more than a third? I asked him, what would it be worth to prove the existence of God? What do you think his response was? God. That's what they're trained.
Really?
The shrinks, that's one of their primary traits. Just nod. Don't say anything, nod. Okay, so it's a nod. Okay, and then I asked him, what if I was playing 40 moves in advanced world based on insider information of unworldly force? Nod. I didn't, by the way, do it in his voice, because I hadn't created his voice back then. Okay, and then I asked him, what would 999 years of justice in this earth be worth?